What's good, gifted? Welcome back to Intro to Living Your Gifts. I'm Steph Wood. So what is grit? Like we said earlier, you're just gonna get grit because life sucks. I mean, let's be honest. We all have been through it. And if you're in a valley situation, that's when you find the grit. And anyone that knows me and knows my story knows that I was born into the valley. So I started getting grit early on, which sometimes is a good thing. Sometimes not so good. But either way, grit comes at us in a different way depending on who we are. Some of us have to develop it because some of us didn't grow up with a lot of tough situations, and some of us just know hardship more than others. And grit is a great way to overcome hardship. And it's also a way that you develop grit is by being in a hardship. But I want to give you some tools that help you kind of know what grit is. Grit is the unique quality that makes you willing and ready to commit yourself to long-term goals and pursue them, like despite any adversity that you might face. People that have grit are defined as having a firm character and an indomitable spirit. That means that gritty people have a resolute attitude and they stay firm on the decisions that they make. Psychologists have thoroughly studied this subject over and over and over again, and psychologist Angela Duckworth states that if you have grit, you have the passion for goals that you pursue and have the perseverance to go after them in spite of any challenge or setback that you might encounter. She also discovered that those people who lack grit fail to reach their full potential, even when they are incredibly talented. So grit gets you over the hump when talent is just not enough. Developing grit is vital. It's important for your survival, okay? You need it. It's that backbone you need to get by. And it helps you emerge victoriously. It helps you rise from the ashes of your past mistakes and overcome like the phoenix going into the next venture that you have. So how do you really develop grit? If you're the person that didn't really have a whole lot of adversity to overcome, if you're the person that didn't really say you didn't get told no a lot of times, or maybe you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, bless you if you were, but you still need to develop grit, okay? And when you're developing grit, there's a couple of habits that you kind of want to align yourself with, habits of gritty people per se. You always show that you're in complete control. I remember the first time I did a video shoot ever. On the inside, I was dying. It was sound like this on the inside. Oh my God. But then on the outside, I was as calm as I could be, praying that no one would see the panic inside. It's called practicing the illusion of confidence. That's what you have to do to appear always in control. As a gritty person, you also have to learn the lessons of your past. Not all of us started in this world with the greatest start. To many of our minority entrepreneurs that the LYG firm serves, they're overcoming stuff every day. Not to get too serious or bring the vibe down, but that's real life, okay? So we have to learn from the lessons of our own past. We have to learn from the lessons of history's past, and we have to be able to operate pushing forward when we know better. We actually do better. That's a habit of a gritty person. Gritty people don't stress over things they can't control. Gritty people don't spend hours and hours talking about the employee they just had to fire because they had to fire them. Gritty people don't dwell in situations where they have no control over the output of it. Faith can really help with this, but gritty people have the habit of pushing forward and letting the small things be what they are, small. Gritty people also have the habit of being conscientious of their blessings. It's really easy for entrepreneurs to feel like we are making our own way. In fact, there'll be a lot of times when you're so alone, it feels like you're making your own way. But really, in fact, God is blessing you. He's blessing you in the valley moments. He's blessing you on the mountaintop moments. He's blessing you in the championship and in the runner-up spot. Blessings upon blessings. And gritty people are conscious of that. They're aware where their help comes from. Gritty people also celebrate the success of others around them. Are you someone who's a cheerleader for someone else? Literally, I'm everybody's hype girl. That's who I want to be. And that's who we are at the firm. Each and every one of us want to empower you and be that person to cheer you on. Gritty people focus on impressing their own self. Okay? You're like, again, trying to outdo your own thing from the day before. So gritty people wake up with a different mindset. Like, I don't need to be better than you. I just want to impress myself today. Like, how good can Steph Wood be today? How much better can you be than you were the day before? Gritty people focus on impressing themselves. Gritty people are also specific. Very specific as to what we want, what we don't want. We've been through so much, and we have such a backbone and such an experience that we can stand before anyone and really be clear about the things that we want and what we don't want. And then finally, gritty people act on their fears. They do the things they're scared most about. In fact, I just want to let you know that if this dream you have inside of you doesn't scare the living daylights out of you, it's not big enough. But you got to face those fears. You've got to look them dead in the eye and overcome. Gritty people have all these habits.